Greetings from the Fredericktown homestead. My apologies. We did not get any video of cleaning the stovepipe. I bought a 6-inch brush. This is a 6-inch pipe. And I brought a 6-inch brush, and my neighbor who does chimneys and that makes them. He doesn't clean them necessarily, but he makes them. He had the sticks that screw together to go in, so the only way we could get the stovepipe off was to move the whole stove forward, and Figaro did most of the heavy lifting, but between Seth and Mike and myself and Figaro, we were able to bring the stove forward quite a bit, and that loosened up the pipe enough that we could take out the first section there and run the brush up and down, and what we got out of it was that amount. If you can see what's in there, there's about a teacup full of soot that we got out of there, which is good. We burn all hardwood, we don't burn any pine, and we burn it fairly hot. So, and it's a straight shot, and it doesn't go into the cold anywhere. So it's pretty clean. It was pretty clean before we started. But a good practice is to clean your chimney before your start of your heating system, your heating season. And tonight starts our heating season with temperatures below freezing. Actually, we had a little bit of frost last night, just a mite, enough so there's just a scum of ice on some of the puddles. One of our chicken tractors has a tarp that holds water, and just a mite of ice on top of it before it got daylight, and as soon as it got daylight, that ice went. But tonight it's supposed to get down like 28, like for Ohio, that's cold, and New Hampshire, I guess, still hasn't had a frost from what Al Lumna was saying, but this is an abnormal year. I mentioned last night to the Amishman I was carrying that here it is, the 1st of November, and because I picked him up after midnight, and we haven't had a frost yet. And he says that's the first time I can ever remember that happening. And he was nearly my age. But we got the stovepipe clean. We got wood. This year we're going to run this little wood rack. Seth and I and Mike and everybody, Figaro, we're going to keep it filled, and it will be moved a little bit further away from the stove, but that should be a nice addition, that wood rack. And we look forward to burning wood. Figaro looks forward to burning wood. I think Figaro is really going to like having a wood stove. Cats tend to lay right underneath the wood stove. That's a nice, comfortable spot. Little BB kitty, who's not little anymore, he's almost full size now, comes in every morning and has a snack and plays a little bit with his little brother. This morning we had a trio. We had He Kitty and BB Kitty and Figaro all in here, and Figaro was terrorizing his 2 older brothers. But they all got along real well. Nobody hissed. Well, maybe Figaro hissed a little bit, but nobody else hissed, and nobody paid attention to Figaro because he's kind of a small guy still, but he won't be forever. And Mike is doing spring cleaning, fall cleaning, I guess it is. Taking the ashes out from last year. And this stove doesn't need to be cleaned, but maybe, I'd say 4 times a winter, maybe. Not very often. It'll be even less this year, actually, because we're not burning any bark. All of our wood is cut 4 sides, 6 sides, and there's no bark, per se. There's maybe a little bit of wane here and there, but bark is where you get your ashes. And with just straight wood, we should see a minimal amount of actual ash. Be interesting to see how little ash we do get with burning milled cant ends, the ends on cants that were destined to be pallets, and these are just the ends that they cut off. Seth has figured out, I'm glad he did, he figured out that the axe is far more efficient than the electronic computerized wood splitter. Just use your muscle and go for it. And he's quite a wood splitter out there. He's got a double-bitted axe that he's using, and their friends brought it up on Saturday. And he looks like Paul Bunyan out there splitting the wood. All we need to do is get him a blue ox. But heating systems here, or heating seasons here, I can't seem to get that word out. Heating season is here. Tonight, well, last night the little chicks spent the first night in the barn, and red roos are still out, but the layers are still out. But the little guys, they're in the barn last night for the first night. All of the little guys made it, didn't they? Being in your new coop? Did they all make it?
Yeah.
Good. It wasn't terrible cold last night. I left here at 11 o'clock, I guess, and it was still in the 50s at that time. But as I say, it did get cold enough to make a little bit of ice. Well, we wanted to just update you. We didn't get a video of us cleaning it. It was all hands on deck. Lifting this stove is quite an arduous task. If it was any bigger, we wouldn't have been able to lift it. But we got Seth in here to help, and we got it lifted. Okay, that's it from Figaro and the Fredericktown Homestead. You say hi? All right, God bless.